I'm Spiffy Jiffy. As all of you presumably know, CS2 recently received a huge update.
God damn it, dude, it's taken me forever to make this.
This update finally fixed the comp ranking, which was completely broken before, added some cool new MVP panels for Premiere, fixed a bunch of bugs, and most notably, finally added some new maps. Holy shit, it's about time. We got 2 new competitive maps and a new arms race map, but let's be honest, no one gives a shit about those. What really matters is the new Wingman maps, baby, let's go! If you watched my previous video, you'll know that I really love Wingman. Specifically, Vertigo Wingman, and there's a good reason for that. The Wingman map pool used to really suck. Like, a lot. Vertigo was the only Wingman map that actually felt good to play. And you know, I'm not always feeling up to a full game of Counter-Strike. You know, that's a big time commitment. So it's really nice that we finally got some new options to play in Wingman, being Memento and Assembly. After playing a few games on Memento and exploring the map a little bit in spectator mode, I can confidently say that it's an amazing map. Like, oh my god, dude, this map is gorgeous. It also plays pretty well and is overall a fantastic addition to the game. But Assembly is way cooler. For starters, let's talk about the visuals of the map. Assembly falls into what I like to call the modern industrial style of CS2 maps. It's the same kind of style used in Nuke and Vertigo. While I do love Nuke and Vertigo, the colors on these maps suck. Both maps are mostly shades of gray with blue, yellow, and red accents, which would be lovely if the colors didn't all look sun-bleached. Yeah, these maps definitely suffer from a little bit of CS2 syndrome, but Assembly doesn't look super washed out. The colorful elements on Assembly are nice, vibrant colors that don't look gray, and the map looks awesome as a result. As a competitively minded Counter-Strike player, you may be thinking, won't the bright colors make it more difficult to see my enemies? Doesn't it have the potential to ruin the competitive integrity of the map? Oh my god, shut the fuck up, you're wrong, I'm gonna kill you! In fact, the character models are so washed out that they actually stand out even more on the colorful and vibrant backgrounds. Hi, me again. While collecting more footage for this video, I actually found one spot inside the plane where the CT model kinda blends in. It's not that bad, and honestly might have just happened because I was really tired while playing, but something to note. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It's not uncommon that I get killed by an enemy that I literally didn't even see. This could very well be because I'm shit at the game, but the fact that the character models kinda blend in with the background probably doesn't help. But enough talk about colors. Let's talk about the Valve effect. Aside from the visuals, there's 2 things that Assembly does really well. It feels like a realistic location, and it feels a lot bigger than it actually is. This is what my friends like to refer to as the Valve effect. This is most notable in Left 4 Dead, and also Half-Life 2. Many maps in video games feel like just that, maps in video games, and CS2 is no exception. Most Counter-Strike maps don't feel like real places, but this is especially noticeable on Dust 2 and Mirage. Like for real, what is going on here? What is this? But there are a few maps in Counter-Strike that do feel like actual places. These maps are Overpass, Ancient, and Vertigo. Interesting that they're all the maps made by Valve. And Assembly does a great job of feeling like a real place. If for some reason I walked into an airplane hangar and I saw the exact layout of Assembly, I don't think I'd be that surprised. Other than the fact that it's the exact layout of Assembly and I'm in an airplane hangar. That's weird. There are all sorts of little objects and decorations scattered about the map that you would expect to find on an airplane assembly hangar. The lockers and toolboxes have little name tags on them. The whiteboards are full of silly drawings, and some idiot left their lunch over on this crate and now it's getting cold. There's only one small detail that's off about this map that just... It irks me. To my very core. It pisses me off so much, dude. Oh my god. It's this stupid, goddamn truck. Right here, outside of T-Spawn. Why is it here? Why? First of all, this is a European-style transport truck as seen by the cab-over-engine design, as opposed to the American cab-behind-engine design. Considering the fact that this map supposedly takes place in the US, it would make a lot more sense to have an American truck, and yet we get this. Second, why is the truck even there? The way that the truck is placed with its back against the plane would make it impossible to unload any of the contents if the truck is full, and if the truck is already unloaded, then why is it still there? You would think that the workers who are constructing this plane would want as much space to work on the plane as possible. So why is there a truck? Anyways, stupid trucks that I hate aside, this map is visually fantastic. It's highly detailed, and it feels like a real, believable location. Finally, I'd like to end off this segment with a small collection of little secrets and details that I discovered while looking through this map. Starting with the obvious. Air Almas, or Ariel? Wait. Air Almas is the same name as the airline from the website that leaked the locations of all the new maps in the recent update before it came out. It's also based on the name of one of the map creators, Almas. There are a bunch of old monitors around the map, and each one of them is connected to a PC running 7 separate instances of Counter-Strike. Maybe it's a bot farm? I don't know, that's just a theory. Okay! On the little plane safety pamphlet, the life vest is replaced with Kevlar and a helmet, and the same graphic can be found on the Air Almas website. All of the text used in this map can be found on the ground behind this little exit door, probably for ease of use for the map builders. Above the map, there's a big ceiling-mounted crane, and on said crane, there's a plaque that says, max load 4,000 pounds. If this is true, the crane wouldn't even be able to lift a Hellcat, which is a little embarrassing. Finally, on these blue supports, there's a little code at the bottom, and when you put that code into a base 64 converter, it translates to nerd. And now I feel like a massive loser. While the visuals of a map are very important and really help to make a map more interesting, if the actual layout of the map sucks, none of the visuals even matter. I've already spent a while yapping about how great Assembly looks, but is it actually fun to play? Before I talk anymore, I'd like to preface this part of the video by saying that I really don't know much about map design. Originally, somebody else was supposed to make this part of the video, but they flaked, and I still want to get this video out because I really like it, so this is probably all bullshit, but I'm just observing what I've seen through playing quite a few games of Assembly. Yeah, anyways. Assembly has a very unique layout and many design choices that aren't commonly seen in Counter-Strike. There are plenty of little hiding spots, interesting angles, and alternating pathways to take. Unlike all other Wingman maps, Assembly is a 3-lane map with a distinct left side, right side, and mid. On top of Assembly having a whole extra lane, there are also far more viable routes for the Ts to take to the bomb site, turning what is normally a pretty CT-sided game mode into, in my opinion, a more balanced one. The final thing I want to mention about Assembly is its peculiar structuring. It doesn't feel like a Counter-Strike map, but that isn't a bad thing by any means. Most of the maps we play in Counter-Strike have been around since the Stone Age of gaming, and while they've undergone numerous changes and reworks, they still play pretty similarly to how they did years ago. Except Vertigo. That map got the biggest glow-up in gaming history. Everyone knows Counter-Strike's old maps, and they also play really well because of years of tweaks and reworks. But there's something really interesting about playing a brand new map with a unique layout that hasn't been seen before. Counter-Strike players love to fall into the habit of selecting only the few maps that they know, choosing to ignore pretty much everything outside of those selected few. This problem has only been made worse in CS2 because there are so few maps to play, but the addition of interesting new maps like Assembly makes me hopeful for the future of the game. Even though I've been glazing this map like crazy, it's far from perfect. But despite its imperfections, I've been able to have a ton of fun playing this map with my friend. And I highly recommend that anyone watching this goes and checks it out as well, because it's a really fun time. Hopefully we continue to get some new and unique maps added to the game, even if they're not perfect, because Assembly has cemented my belief that a map doesn't need to be perfect to be fun. Thanks for watching.